Welcome to Twisting Fitness. I'm Jess, and today I'm going to guide you through a yoga workout to help loosen and release tight hips. So let's go ahead and start out in child's pose on your mat with your knees out to the edges of your mat and your toes together so that your belly can drop down between your knees and reach your arms forward. Forehead on the mat. And begin to connect with your breath. Taking nice deep breaths. Think about your intention for today's practice. Now we're going to come up to all fours, tabletop. You're going to pull the core in to activate it. You're going to take your right leg back and you are going to contract the abs, pull them in, and you're going to take the knee to your forehead and then kick it up and then bend your elbows down, taking your chin to the ground for 1. Bring the knee to the forehead. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the leg out. Bend the elbows down. And exhale, bring the knee into your forehead. Send it long. Take the elbows down to the mat. Lift the leg. That was 3. Now we're going to set the right foot over on the left side of the mat. And we're going to push into that left hip. And breathe. And then we're going to take the right leg out to the side, left hand down, right hand coming up to the sky for side plank variation, reaching the arm overhead and the leg long. And now we're going to lift that leg up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Go ahead and grab that outer arch of the foot. Lift it open the chest. Start pushing into that hip flexor, pushing the foot into the hand. Breathing deeply. Take that leg long and let's counter stretch. You can either take your hand down your leg or bring it to the floor. Gate pose. We're going to come back to all fours and do the other side. Keep your breath going, nice and deep. So we're going to take the left leg out, pull the core in, activate your abdominals, and you're going to exhale the knee to your forehead. Inhale the leg long and bend the elbows, come down to the mat for 1. Exhale in, knee to forehead. Inhale, leg long, elbows come in, chin comes down to the mat or chest or forehead. Coming back up, exhale. Inhale, leg long, bend the elbows, come down for 3. Come up. Take the left leg, cross it over, and push into that right, begin to push into that right hip. Nice deep breaths. Feeling a little heat. Starting to loosen up the hips. And we're going to take the left leg long, right hand down, left hand comes up overhead. Pick the leg up, and we're going to lift it for 1, 2, pull the core in, 3, 4, 5, hold it, lengthen. Now reach for the outer edge of that foot. Start to pull into that hip, pushing the foot into the hand. breathing. Answer side plank variation. Reach the leg long, and now we're gonna come up and counter stretch. So the left arm comes down, and you can either hold it there, bringing the right pinky forward, bring the hand up towards the ear, or you can bring that hand down towards the mat. Releasing down the side into the top of the hip here. Come up. Take it back to all fours. Let's just do a few cat and cows. Arch, inhale. Round, exhale. Arch, inhale. Round, exhale. Arch, inhale. Hold. Round, exhale. We're going to take it down for knees, chest, and chin. Coming through into cobra. We're going to press in with the pubic bone, toes pointed down at the mat. We're going to activate the upper back muscles and then begin to use a little bit of your hand strength to deepen. Coming down. Let's take your right arm, place it in front of you, and you're going to bend the left leg. We're going to stretch the front of our thigh, and you can stay right here, that's perfectly fine, or you can turn your hand over and take it a little deeper. Breathing into that hip, keeping the hip bone down. And the core active. Release it. Now let's take the left arm in front and the right arm and right leg. Gonna come together here, grabbing the foot, pulling the foot down. You can stay right there if that's enough, or you can turn the hand over to take it a little deeper into the quad and the shoulder. Pull the core in, breathe. Come down. And we're gonna take our hands beside you, and we're gonna breathe out, breathe in, lift up for locust pose. Hands reaching towards your feet, keeping the shoulders active. Now you have the option to stay there or bend the knees and grab the ankles for bow pose. So flex your feet and you're gonna push your hands, your foot, your shins or your ankles into your hands to lift. And breathe. Okay, come down. Hands beside you, and you can do either upward facing dog or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. So first one, you can start with knees bent, send the hips high, spread the fingers, spread the toes, begin to straighten your knees and push the heels down to the mat. Perfectly fine to walk it out. Now let's take your feet to the edges of the mat, and we're gonna reach your right arm to your left ankle. We're gonna spin it through and breathe and twist. Now switch sides. Take the left hand to the right ankle. You're gonna pull the torso through the arm and leg. Twist and breathe. You should feel this all into the hip, the hamstrings, low back. Really good stretch. Now let's rock our hands back, turn our toes out slightly, and begin to take our yogi squat. Balasana, garland pose. So we're gonna lift up out of the chest and press the knees wide with our elbows. Work at your level. A lot of times people think because they have tight hips that they can't do yoga, when in fact, it's totally the opposite. So just gotta start to get people moving, start moving your hips gradually. So we're gonna press the knees out, left hand comes down, right arm reaches. Let's switch sides, right hand comes down, pushing that right knee back. Left arm reaches. Inhale and exhale, come down. From here, if you want, we're gonna take it into crow pose. You're gonna lift your hips up, come up onto your toes, or just stay in your yogi squat and breathe. Shift your weight forward, and you can take one foot off at a time, or both. You're gonna breathe. Grip the ground with your fingers. Now set your feet wide. Wide leg forward fold. Come up halfway. If you're in squat, walk your feet a little bit wider. Hands come down and you're gonna lengthen out. Pull the core in. Now we're gonna walk your hands deeper. You're gonna grab the ankles and take your forehead, the crown of your head down towards the mat. That's the goal. Now if you need to, you can keep your knees bent in this position. Just work at your level. And from here, let's come into downward facing dog. Step your feet back together. We're gonna take your right leg up. Flex the foot, keep the hip square. Now bend the knee and open. You can look over at that foot. Now bring it through for a low lunge. Sweep the arms up. Setting the left hand down, reaching the right arm back, grabbing the foot. You can grab the inner or outer edge of the foot. If you want, you can breathe a little deeper into that lunge. Really starting to open up the hips here. You're gonna swing that right arm forward and come back for half split or hamstring stretch. Now if you do want to push in to full split, you're more than welcome. Just work at your level. Stay here, keep your shoulders up, don't round them forward. If you want to take it to split, go ahead, keep your hips square and work yourself down. You'll probably notice that one side feels a little bit less flexible. That's usually pretty normal for all of us. Breathe into those thighs and hamstring. Flex that foot and point it. Now send that leg back. Tuck the toes. Push your hips up into downward facing dog. Steady your breath. Inhale the left leg up. Flex the foot, keep the hips square. Now open the hips, bend the knee. Look up over that shoulder towards the foot and bring it through for low lunge on the left side. You're going to sweep the arms up. Inhale. And breathe into that lunge. Pull the core in, lift the chest, and pull that hip back. Breathe. Set the right hand down. Left hand is going to reach for the back foot. You can grab the inner or outer arch. And we're going to, if you want to, you can take it deeper. You're going to pull the back foot closer to your rear and breathe into that hip opener. Feels really good. You want your stretches to be comfortable. You don't want to feel like you're tensing because it's too deep. You want to and breathe into the poses. And each exhale will take you closer to your goal. Sweep the left arm forward for hamstring stretch. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, take it a little deeper. Keep the breath going. Don't let the shoulders round. And keep the hips square. Now if you want to go for the full split, go ahead and put your hands down and lower yourself in the left-sided split, or stay into half split, working on breathing into the hamstring. Now once you are in split, focus on squaring up the hips, which is the tricky part in splits. Okay, start to ease up out. Let's point and flex that foot. And let's send that leg back to all fours. We're going to take it down to knees, chest, chin. Coming through. You can take it to cobra here, or hands beside your chest, pressing into upward facing dog. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Now we're going to tiptoe forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, deepen. Go ahead and clasp your hands for ragdoll. Bend your knees if necessary. This is your practice. Comfortably stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Now come up, and we are going to take the right hand to the sky as we straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. Hold that pose and breathe. You can even take the hand behind your back. Stretch into the shoulder. Open back up. Now let's pick up the left foot and take it back for a lunge. Lift the right arm and breathe as you open the chest and lengthen. Pull the core in, activate your bandhas. Now we're going to shift our weight into a side plank. Left hand is down. Shift onto the left foot as the right leg goes high. Or you can keep it down or stack side by side. It's your practice. Hold. Now bring it through. Setting it back down to the outside of the right hand. We're going to do a lizard pose. Hands come down. And you have the option to keep the knee on the ground or lift it off. Pull the right knee right alongside of the right shoulder and breathe. From here, untuck the back toe, lift it up off the mat, and take the right foot under you for pigeon. Inhale back, exhale forward. Nice deep breaths. Fill it all the way. Come up onto the top of your pigeon here. Right hand comes forward. Left leg is going to bend up, and see if you can grab that foot and lift. You have the option to take it into the elbow, bring it to mermaid, or you can stay right here. Work at your level. Hand comes down, and the right leg is going to kick up. And circle that foot. Hand comes down, or foot comes down, and we're going to breathe into downward facing dog. Now you're going to tiptoe your feet forward to the front of your mat. Grab your elbows, and exhale, forward fold. So your right hand is going to come down, left arm is going to sweep up as the left leg straightens and the right knee bends. Breathe into the twist. You'll feel it all down the outer portion of your thigh, into your IT band and hamstrings. Lengthen. And take that arm around your back. Open that shoulder and breathe. Open up that, release that bind, and take your right foot back for a twisted high lunge. Lift. Breathe, open the shoulder. Lift the hips. And breathe deeply. From here, you're going to shift over to your side plank on the right. You're going to turn your left foot up and take it out. Now you have the option to send it long and up into the sky for star plank, or you can keep it down to the side or even on the mat. Work at your level. Breathe. Now we're going to come forward for our lizard pose. Take the left foot on the outside of the left hand, and you can have your knee down or up. You're going to press into lizard pose. Keep the knee next to left knee next to the left shoulder, and breathe. You can pick the knee up, off to deepen, and breathe. Lifting up out of the pose. Breathing into the hip opening. Untuck the back toes if they're tucked. And we're going to take your left leg, bring it under you for our half pigeon. We're going to go up, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Breathe into the hip opening. I'm going to arch back up. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down to the mat. Right hand reaches for the back foot. You can stay right here, or you can bring that foot into your elbow and take it to mermaid. Otherwise, keep your hands on the mat and gently pull that foot in. Now release. Take it down. Begin to lift up. Kick that leg up behind you. Three-legged dog, and roll that ankle. Okay, now from here, you have an option to take an inversion of your choice. I'm going to go with headstand today. Work at your level. You can go over to the wall if that's within your practice, or send your legs up the wall, or just stay on your mat, interclap your hands, and position the back of your head in between your hands, and slowly bring your legs up pressing and grounding the shoulders, keeping the core active. Now you can have an option to take it to a straddle if you like. Remember, this is your practice. Start to come down if you're in headstand. And relax down for child's pose. Hands come in front of you. Lift your hips high for downward facing dog. And we're gonna hop your knees through. Hold half boat. Breathe. Option to take your legs straight. And then we're gonna bring the feet together for Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Gonna bring the hips towards your heels, lift the chest, and we're gonna press the knees down. As you come forward, you can use your elbows to take it a little deeper. Now, we're gonna send the left leg out, Savasana, hugging that leg in, half bound lotus. Gonna reach the arms up and take the arms forward. You can hold here, you can hold your ankle, you don't have to clasp. Okay, bring that leg back in where you started in bound angle. Press the knees wide, and let's take the right foot forward. Keeping the knee active and the toes pointed upward. I'm going to breathe deeply into that hamstring and hip release. Probably feel it in your low back as well. Keep the bandhas active to protect the spine. Now let's take your legs wide, and we're gonna reach up and begin to walk yourself forward. Now you can stay right here if that's all you need. Keeping the knees and the toes upward, or you can begin to start walking your arms forward. Each exhale takes you a little bit deeper. But all of these stretches need to be comfortable. Take your feet back forward. We're going to reach your arms up and seated forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your belly onto your thighs and deepen. Here, scoot your hips forward, and we're going to slowly lower yourself down. And do a bridge. Lift your chest. Now roll your vertebrae down, one vertebra at a time. Rising up on to the four corners of your feet, pressing, squeezing the knees in. Taking the hands under you for the challenge. Or you can keep your shoulders down on the mat. If you want a little more challenge, you can even take it up to wheel. You can Hands under the shoulders and pressing up. Squeezing the knees forward, whether you're in bridge or wheel. And then slowly lower yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Hug the knees in. And take happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Pushing the knees towards the underarms as you ground the tailbone. Lower the left leg down. And now let's hug the right leg in. You have the option of bringing that knee up and threading the needle, or just cradling that front portion of your leg. Okay, lower that down. Take the right knee over and bend the left leg under you. Grab that foot. Can even grab the outer arch of the top leg, or just keep the knee bent and push into the yin pose. Cat pulling its tail. You can see why it's called that, but it feels wonderful. And it's great for tight lower body. Come back through. Hug the knees in. And we're going to take the left leg over. You can either lower that right leg down and hold that front portion of your leg, or you can bring that knee up and thread the needle. Pushing the sacrum down as you pull the knees up, breathing deeply into the glute stretch. Lowering the right leg down, taking the left knee over, bending the bottom leg, grabbing the arch, and option to straighten the top leg. Cat pulling its tail on the opposite side, on the left side. Breathing into the spinal twist and hip release. Come back over. Hug your knees in one last time. Begin to roll. And then we will settle down for our final resting posture, extending the arms, extending the legs out to the side slightly. Releasing down onto the mat, surrendering. Thanking yourself for the dedicated practice you did today. Just let go. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Clap your hands above you. Stretch your body long. Final release. Bend your knees in. You're gonna roll over to the right side. Push yourself up. And we'll finish in seated cross-legged pose, easy pose. Take our hands into our heart. We're going to inhale the arms up. Circle them wide. Exhale down. Circle the arms up. Circling wide. Bring them back to your head. Sending love and light to all beings. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope you enjoyed today's flow. And if you did, give me a thumbs up or some feedback. And don't forget to subscribe for more fit flows to come. I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.